A few days ago, we got a report from our guy Sham saying that the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining the idea of trading Ja Morant and open to the offers from the two-time All-Star guard. His future has kind of been dim because obviously he had the back and forth with Issa Lowe to start the year. He got suspended. He's also been a guy that has not been on the court as much as I think the Grizzlies would like. They are also right now just not in a really good place, 17-22. They're 10th right now out west. And he's having career lows, man. 40% from the field, 20.8% from the three-point line, played in 18 games. Not only does he have this year left on the contract, but he also has 2 more additional years, unlike the contract that we just saw being moved for Trae Young. And there was even some speculation around the league that they think his return could potentially be less than what the Hawks got back.
Which is
crazy because the Hawks didn't really
they didn't get anything.
They just got expiring deals.
Well, Corey Kispert
isn't expiring, but CJ is.
It's just like, how do you even get less than that?
I don't know. I guess you don't get non-expired. I mean,
right, you got to take.
It's just like you're dumping them at that point.
Yeah, but it's gonna be an interesting situation, man. I think it's run its course. I would love to see Ja in a different situation. I know we just talked about players in different situations. Ja is also one of them. I think he still has a lot to give. I think he still probably just mentally isn't locked in to the Memphis Grizzlies. And that can also affect a career low year. I mean, if you're not mentally engaged with what the team is going on and you feel like you don't fit this new offensive system and that offensive system and the substitutions and stuff is frustrating you, I could see you having a career low because there's a lot of adjustments he has to do. He went from being a dude that everything was built around him and everything was supposed to be Ja Morant led to where now it's just kind of not.
Yeah. This is your favorite player in the league.
Yeah, and kind of, I guess, jump ahead just a little bit, talking about destinations or where it could possibly go, because I agree with you. And to further the point, like some of the best Grizzlies ball this year has been when Ja Morant is not on the court. And to go to the destinations, for one, I really liked Miami as a destination just because you know that their culture is really good at kind of like rejuvenating players, and they could definitely use that in terms of like how the pace that they play out and everything like that. My only problem is, for one, Tyler Hero probably just isn't enough for the Grizzlies. Oh, according to the reports, it's saying that they just don't know what the value is, but I would assume that Tyler Hero just wouldn't be enough of a return.
Really?
I don't think so. I think they would need some type of draft capital, whatever it is, because I just don't think they would be happy with Tyler Hero. I think Miami would want Ja more than Memphis would want Tyler Hero.
But I think Memphis would probably also just be happy to just be moving on from Ja. Because also from McMahon, he also said that everybody in the arena, much less the locker room, knows that they want to get rid of him, and the feeling is mutual. It's reached a point to where Ja Morant's career cannot continue in Memphis. So getting Tyler Hero back, if this is the type of vibes that the front office and the locker room is having, that they want to kind of move on from Ja Morant, getting Tyler Hero back is just kind of a refresh, and it's just a new face, a new guard, and also Tyler Hero kind of plays in a similar offense to what he would be going to play in Memphis as they play in Miami.
That was one of the things with the Ja thing, and the more I think about the idea is they're in a similar offense to Memphis. I mean, they have more talent, like Norman Powell and stuff like that, but it is going to be an offense where he's going to have to share the ball a lot. It's not going to be just predicated on him, which could be beneficial for him because obviously we haven't seen him thrive in a minute. I guess is the number one option as we kind of seen.
But also I think that's a little different just because he would not be going somewhere where that's Bam's team. Like we would have a clear understanding of that. Memphis is Ja, like the whole city is Ja. So like of course he going to walk around like his stuff don't stink. So like he going to feel like this all should be built around me. I was the draft pick that came here. I kind of added some swagger to the city and I rejuvenated this team. Obviously he's going to feel some sort of way if things start to go a different route and it's not around him. But if he go to Miami, he gonna have to buy into Eric Spoelstra and what Bam Adebayo want to do.
I think it's more so buying into Eric Spoelstra. I think it's Bam is the best player on the team, but I do think that Miami could be a team that somebody else could take over. I think they're actually looking for that. I think they like Bam.
No, they've been looking for a star.
Bam is really, really good, but hey, if we can get Giannis Antetokounmpo to come take over this, we'll do that. If we can go get Kevin Durant to take over this, will do that. They've been in the market
They're just
for a
trying to-
star
they were trying to get
every
Dame.
single
Every
year because they want a guy to come take over that situation and have Bam be more of the Batman. I mean, the Robin to the Batman.
And this could be a perfect situation because again, you're buying low on this. The problem with Miami is they just never really had the assets, and they always want to keep trying to compete. So it's hard to go get that player that you need without breaking up that core.
Miami has also been a team that has been very smart on how they been kind of choosy on the type of players that they go get, and I'm just kind of curious on how they would view Ja Morant with all of the stuff that has came with them having to be suspended by the league and by your own team, and the fact that again he has not been on the floor a lot the past few years, and even this year he's only played in like 18 of like the 40 or so games that they played in. My thing with Ja Morant at this point, I agree with the McMahon report, and I don't have an inside guy, I don't have any intel, but I'm just looking at it as a viewer who has watched Memphis Grizzlies games this year. When Ja Morant is out there, and a lot of the guys on his team that aren't the young guys, it's really him, Jaren, KCP, they don't look interested. They don't look interested at all. Body language doesn't look interested. The way that they're playing just doesn't. I know that they're banged up and they have injuries. Now, I'm not really looking at this team from a wins and loss standpoint too much, but they just were a team that had a lot of swagger. They had a lot of confidence. The vibes was always high no matter what. We got real accustomed to seeing that from Memphis. It feels like all of that has gone and evaporated. Guys don't look like they're enjoying each other. They don't look like they're having fun out there. You look at some of the games. I mean, Jaren Jackson is taking some incredibly questionable shots. Teams aren't respecting Ja Morant's perimeter game, so it's making it tougher on a Jaren Jackson when guys can drop off of Ja Morant and kind of gap up heavily. It feels like what D. Mills said. It feels like at this point, it's two sides realizing that it's ran its course and it's probably in the best interest to go opposite ways. And then the last thing for me is I think the Trae Young trade sets the market.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis, of course, would want draft capital. But how do you go out there and tell the market that you deserve draft capital when the Hawks didn't get any for Trae Young? Yeah. And Trae Young has been on the floor more than Ja Morant over the last few years. Trae Young has a way more friendlier contract than Ja Morant. And contrary to however anybody feels about Trae Young, he just hasn't came with as much baggage over the last few years as Ja Morant. So now if you're Memphis, it's hard for you to go on a trade market and say, we want draft capital back. That's not enough. I don't see a world where they can tell any team that that's not enough.
Mm-hmm. Especially when the whole team can read the room and tell that you and Ja no longer want to be together. So why would we help you out?
Yeah, what team? You think Miami would buy that?
No.
Are you talking about Ja Morant?
Yeah, like giving up draft capital. No,
Yeah.
I'm not giving you anything sufficient to sacrifice my future to trade for Ja Morant. At that point, I'm
that's a fair point?
The Grizzlies can convince anybody to give them any draft capital after what we just saw with the Trae Young trade.
Not really. And that's the case. I think the contract is always going to make it hard, but I could see other teams buying in too.
Yeah,
Again, Miami is
No. We're not questioning teams buying in.
Yeah.
When you first put out the trade or the destination, you said the Memphis Grizzlies saying that's not enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're questioning that part. What team could Memphis talk to and say that's not enough, we need draft capital?
I think it comes down to the other deals you can get in other players. Maybe you're getting younger players, or you feel like these players are just better fits to the timeline. I think Tyler Hero is just a toss-up. Like, you're getting a really good player back, but I don't know what the progression is.
I just think it just clears the room.
Yeah, I don't think it's about getting a trade that's going to put you in a contention. It's about moving on from a situation, washing your hands with it, and redirecting the team.
And Tyler Hero isn't a bad replacement either. Like, Tyler Hero's still a
still a quality player.
So, like, you're not like...
If you get that. Yeah. Because based off of the reports, if they're saying that they feel like they can't even get what the Hawks got, then the Hawks ain't get a Tyler Hero.
Yeah, you're not getting Tyler Hero then.
Hawks ain't get Tyler Hero. That means you would be getting Andrew Wiggins,
I think Tyler
and Terry
Hero,
Rozier.
For Miami's sake, I think they're a little bit more okay with just moving Tyler Hero than they are past years, just because the team has been good without him.
Yeah, absolutely. But if we don't have to give him up, then we don't have to give him. We can do him a whole nother trade with him.
Yeah.
The one thing about this trade that I guess can lead into the next block is the recent reports that if they do move on from Ja Morant, a lot of teams are speculating that it would open up the floodgates for Jaren Jackson to be available. So don't go anywhere yet. We got to talk more trades, more Memphis Grizzlies trades specifically as well. Stay tuned after this break.